Hey everybody, hey bro, what's poppin' with you, DGR? Hey sis, Black Velvet. Hey, I'm a little early because I see my people. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to sit and wait. I'm wait for people to come in. I guess I was too early. I'm never on CPT time. So come on through, share me out, share me out. You're not late, I'm early. Get into it. Let's get into it. Just so, bro. Yeah, I need some people to come in, and I need my sis when she come back or whatever to hop up because I got some questions. Hey, G Mac, bro. Like I got some questions, right? All right, I got some real parent questions before we get into to the commentaries and whatnot. Okay, bro. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So share me out, share me out. Hit the like button. I'm a little sleepy today too. I don't know what it is. And I don't like regular coffee, so I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I got decaf because like regular caffeine, like too much caffeine, make me feel like a crackhead. I don't know what it is, but you know what I'm saying? It's not a good feeling. Damn, I should have started at 1:30. I played myself. People like, now fuck that cola. We gonna come at 1:30. I don't know who keep popping it out because it's a come in and it's a come out. It's weird. Drop down and say hello. Don't just come in and out. Let me put this link in here real quick. Matter of fact, I ain't ready for the link. I ain't ready for link time. And sis, how you doing, sis? Everybody share it out, share it out, share it out. But yeah, like until more people come in and then I'm gonna get started because like I just, let me know if I'm petty or not, Cola Gang. But it's this one little kid, right? Nah, it's two, but it's this one that's just making it their business to be the police for whatever reason in my son's class where ew, I hate that, bro. I got plain, like I'm plain Jane. But no, it's like you always on my son's body, like telling. You get what I'm saying? And that's the thing where my son is not a tattletale. And and it's fucked up because I'm like, listen, tell on these motherfuckers back. Like, you understand? But fucking it's this one little motherfucker, and I think it's just his fucking mother, and it's getting on my nerves, right? Because when school started, like they was cool, they was coochie crunch. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if she trying to play like my son is some type of bad influence, and then like the first like what was it the first week, like the son was trying to play like both ends of the stick type shit, like smiling in my son's face, and then tried to tell his mother in Spanish that my son was bad, not understanding we speak Spanish. You get what I'm saying? So I was like, what you mean? What Malo? What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So like it was like, you know what I'm saying? But ever since then, he been weird. And it's like, all right, I'm dragging it. I'm taking it too long. It be triggering me from like when I was in junior high school and at a time frame, like I was bullied. Like, you get what I'm saying? He not bullied because he be fucking niggas up. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm starting to kind of understand. Like, it's making me almost like when I be hearing the stories that he popped on somebody in class, like I'm starting not to feel bad about it because it's like y'all need to mind y'all little businesses. I don't know what kind of snitch parenting is going on. Like, worry about what kids do with you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if he do something to you personally as a kid, then okay, go tell the teacher. Like, pop did ah. But mind your business. If he cut the line and he didn't cut you in the line and he ain't cut all the way in the front, you so busy watching my son that he in the back of the line and you talking about some cut shit. No story short, I got some lollipops and I told Pop, listen, give everybody in class a lollipop tomorrow. Like, well, I told him yesterday I was gonna get it, but it didn't come till today. But when he gets out of school, I'm gonna let him know, like, give everybody a lollipop in class except that little fuck nigga. Am I wrong for that? Am I wrong? You know what I'm saying? Is that petty? Is that petty? Because I'm tired. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of it. I'm like, and there's nothing else I could really do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to be nice, nasty to his mother. Like, yo, tell his mother, like, yo, tell your little snitch ass son. You know what I'm saying? Leave mines alone because if he pop up, and that's the thing. pop like to pop, and now I see what it is. I'll be tired too if people just all in my business. But anyway, let me get to the show and whatnot. Hold on one second. Let me share this out again because I don't like what these numbers is fucking looking like. I'll sit here and drink my fucking coffee. So I don't know if because we talking about Dan Schneider, Edo ass, you feel what I'm saying? That YT don't want the algorithm for me because they be on some bullshit with Edo behaviors and whatnot, and I don't know. Okay, is we moving up? Okay, maybe it's because I was too goddamn early. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, one person left. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna wait till 1:30 and start chatting because my room is too blue. Yo, this wind out here is ridiculous. Thank you, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I hit the live button too early. I was being mad thirsty. Like I don't like sitting and waiting. I don't know what that is with me. I should have waited until the allotted time. But I'm dead ass. Like you know what I'm saying? Like if I don't get to like 10 people today, I won't be continuing. Just won't. The important people came and showed up. So you know what I'm saying? That's it and that's all. But I do want to talk about Dan's little Edo ass and why we having Netflix, right? We've heard this shit for years about Mr. Dan. And call me crazy, but when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? When all these shows were popping off, like all that and stuff, like all that's like my generation. Like iCarly and I was a little older, and then it was like, oh, I could see what the hell is going on here. Like I understood the the underlying sexual whatever that he was doing that kids don't really notice. But with all that, right? He always, it's like, I don't know, like his vibe to me was real Edo-ish. So I'm not completely surprised about the things that we're starting to hear, which we're not even really starting to hear. They've been talking about his Edo ways and weirdness for years. It's just people chose to overlook it and not say stuff. And then that's a note to the parents as well, right? That's why like a lot of people, they feel like they be like, oh, put Pop Pop and like, you know, do modeling, do this, that, blah, 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 or whatever stuff. Like if Pop Pop says that's what he want to do, cool. But a lot of times these parents be forcing this shit on them. And you could tell because then they end up with stories like this because where were the parents at? You understand? Where were the parents? Like were y'all not there going through the scripts? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you had to go through the scripts with the kids. Or maybe not. Because some parents just is really, they don't be giving a F. And that's the messed up thing about it. Because if the parents were more involved, I can understand. And then, I get it where, they were saying that he would like threaten parents and threaten people like, oh, you doing too much, I'll fire you and all this other stuff. Nickelodeon was the best thing going next to Disney, right? We understand that, but both brands, edophilia has always been a topic of discussion, right? Yeah, and like you know what I'm saying, like it's always been like a topic of discussion. So like there's other things, there's other ways to be actors, there's other ways. That's not the route. Like of course if you want to be the best of the best, like anybody at their craft want to be the best of the best or go where the best is. But if the best is scarring you for adulthood, is it really the best? Is it really the best? And then with Drake, from Drake and Josh, right? That was my show too. I liked Drake and Josh or whatever. Um his father was talking, right, about how one of the co-producers, and these is all the higher ups that's been doing this to these poor little children, where you know it's just crazy that everybody sat around and knew it what was going on. Where I get it, everybody wants a job and want to keep their job, but to what extent? Like, where are the charges? That's the whole thing that's confusing me, and I don't understand with this is why, because Dan went, right? He went and did like a little interview. And in the interview, he apologized for making the work environment the way he made it. Hey, Miss Playful. Hey, Monique sis. Yeah, like he apologized for making the work environment as toxic and intolerable as it was. But was that apology for real? Like, it can be real. Like, he must know that the police should be on their way. And if the police is not on their way, this, the what they call that conspiracy theories that people have about like the Illuminati and child trafficking and all of this stuff, right? It's going to shine some proof to that. Hey, Black Velvet, it's going to shine some proof to that, because he shouldn't be nowhere doing no interviews talking about he's sorry about nothing. He should be in jail somewhere talking about he's sorry about something. We should have been getting a clip on Netflix of talking to him from jail, repenting for being a freaking weirdo. And then I had took some clips. And like I said, the all that phase, I was still a little too young to grasp what was going on. You know what I'm saying? But by the time iCarly and all of that came about, I knew what the hell was going on. And I'm like, is this really happening? Are we doing cum shots and hee and ha-ha about the shit, and nobody had anything to say? And then the women that were working there, I feel bad, but then I don't feel bad, because the two women that spoke on the documentary, right? The AKA whistleblowers that blew the whistle too late because all the trauma has already happened, but they were getting paid. The one salary that they were supposed to get individually, they were forced to share that salary. So that just proves to the thirstiness. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I feel bad for you for cheapening your crap to be down with the Edo gang? You know what I'm saying? And then now it's like, oh, it was so unfair. It was crazy. Oh my God, why? You supposed to report that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it just was crazy to me. But let me play this one little clip here that just really threw me. Cause I don't remember this on the All That show, but I don't remember all the episodes, but I don't remember this one, but it was just crazy how blatant the shit was, and just how sick minded this man was to even think that this shit was funny to be sneaking this in there. But that goes back to like what I said, between Nickelodeon and Disney, you know, that's what you was getting. It's just like how in school, not trying to be funny in high school, even though, disclaimer, in high school, I don't think my teacher should have pointed this out to us. Even though we were 16, 17, whatever, I don't think he should have pointed it out to us. But like in, what was it, Aladdin? I don't know why the hell we was watching Aladdin one day in class. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but the teacher pointed out to us how they spelled sex in the stars and stuff. So to this day, maybe that teacher was an Edo on the low. You know what I'm saying? And luck, and hopefully they wasn't, and nothing happened to nobody. But to this day, I still don't understand what the importance of that was in high school, to show us that Disney put secret sexual things in their stuff. That he pointed that out, and he pointed out the penis growing or whatever on, I think it was Aladdin too, because I think Aladdin got most of the bullshit going on. But I to this day I don't know. Yeah, Black Velvet. To this day I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that nigga was an Edo, and you know what I'm saying, we probably was just too hood and ghetto for the Edo stuff to happen to somebody. Hopefully, like I said, nothing Edo happened to anyone. But that's something that's always stuck in my mind, and it was weird to me. And in my ripe age of what I am, it's still just crazy to me. But let me play this little clip. And everybody wants to come up, you're free to come up and talk about it. We got some things to talk about today. And plus, I felt like, chilling and chatting with y'all. Y'all my people. So it ain't always gotta be about Dusty Nuts. Fuck that nigga, and fuck Solar, and fuck Rambo, and fuck them all. Just fuck them all with a broomstick. I don't care anymore. Let me see. Where is this shit? Is it this one?
Character for me on all of that named Noseboy. Naturally, I'm in a superhero costume, which is just tights and underwear. what was different about this, they gave me a prosthetic nose, like an enlarged nose, and they put this same nose on the costume.
I Captain Big Nose! What are your special powers?
You can't help but notice that it looks like penis and testicles on my shoulders.
This is a child playing this role, and he's playing it for other children. His audience is kids as young as 6.
I'm allergic to asteroids! Gotcha!
And the joke in that sketch is effectively a shot joke. It's a shot joke for children.
I'm just looking back at it, it's just very strange.
Y'all seen that where there was so many things wrong in that clip. Besides the sexual entendre that was thrown in there blatantly, because it do look like 3 penises, a penis on his face and the damn penises on his shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even something that you need to look hard to be like, whoa, is that a penis? No, it's a penis. It's 2 of them, right? Then the fact of, what was it? He was Dr. Big Nose or Hero Big Nose or whatever and stuff. Like white people like to, that's a stereotype that they put on us, like, or a drag, or you know what I'm saying, where people think they doing something with black people and they're like, oh, with your big wide nose, your big nose. You know what I'm saying? So we got some sexual entendres going on, and we got underlying racism going on. Not trying to be funny, because why did you pick the black kid to be Mr. Big Nose or whatever the superhero person is supposed to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, none of the kids should have played that character, but if we're gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's do something else. That was disgusting and weird, but there's more. You know what I'm saying? There's more. Like, there's years of this stuff. Just like kids don't understand certain things, because now, like I said, watching the documentary or whatever, right? And then looking back, it's like, y'all motherfuckers fucked my childhood up. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of this stuff, I'm not gonna hold you, like, when I was a kid and they were doing that stuff, I was confused. I didn't see where the funny was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't I didn't get it. It was certain jokes, and I guess it wasn't meant for me to get, because I wasn't having sex at that age or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Right, and that's the thing with Edos, is we've been groomed all these years. You know what I'm saying? It's just we lucky, some of us, to not fall in the hands of the predators, but that's what it's giving. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, most people just sit their kid in front of the TV, and the TV is the babysitter. Like the TV and the tablets and stuff. That's like with Pop, with YouTube. You got to be careful with YouTube, because you could put on children's stuff, and if you just let it play on its own, eventually the videos turn into sexualized stuff, where it's still kiddie things, but it's kiddie things put with sexual stuff. It's like this alphabet lore thing that Pop likes a lot or whatever. And I would put that on. It'll be a whole bunch of alphabet lore videos, all of a sudden it would turn into like alphabet lords with big boobs and shaking their butts and all this dumb stuff. And I'd be wondering, would pop up like, why are you shaking your booty? Why are you doing that? And then one day I caught it. I said, oh, okay, we got to take YouTube regular off your TV, and you gonna watch YouTube Kids. I don't give a damn how boring it is. We have to put that app, because there's a whole different app on here for children. You know what I'm saying? People think YouTube, because it has kiddie stuff on it and you can type in and find all the kiddie programs. If you watch the regular YouTube, grown shit will get slipped into your kiddie program stuff, and you'll be wondering why your kid is doing weird stuff, because you're thinking that they're just watching regular things, and they're not. So that's what these things like Nickelodeon, and I'm not gonna say Nickelodeon was doing it the whole time, because in the documentary, I don't know, I'm telling my age, y'all, I don't care. How many of y'all remember Double Dare? That little kids game show on Nickelodeon with, I think what was the host name? Mark Wahlberg or Donnie Wahlberg? He had something Burton, some whatever. It was Mark something or whatever. That was the coolest show ever. He was on there, and they showed him some of the clips of the things that we were seeing, and he couldn't believe that it was aired on Nickelodeon. You know what I'm saying? So at some points in time, some of these people was kid friendly, but I think, how when we look And what is it? Because I don't know what the generations are. Like the millennials and how when the millennials and Gen Z, right? They're very hypersexual, where it's just no big thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like they could come outside in a thong and some stripper heels and be strutting down the block, and they look at people crazy that's looking at them like, what the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? And it's like they don't care. It's because we've been grooming motherfuckers, letting them watch this type of stuff, thinking it's good family content. Yes, just though with the slime. He was confused because he wasn't a, by the time Dan came around, because I'm showing my age again. Dan used to be on that show, Head of the Class. That's his initial claim to fame. Thank you. Thank you, Rebel. Mark Summers. That's him. He was in total confusement of what the hell he was seeing. Like, did they air this on on Nickelodeon? Yes, they did. Because by the time Dan came around like, I want to say the early to mid 90s. You know what I'm saying? That's when Mr. Dan came around with these shenanigans. Mr. Mark, I don't think was around anymore. Or if he was around because he had nothing to do with the show, he probably, really didn't know. Everybody's just on set or whatever. And like I said, I don't know why we're having this discussion. We supposed to be having a discussion about this nigga being in jail. Because had this been a black person or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wouldn't be talking about this. We would be talking about how much time they gave him. We'd be talking about that. He wouldn't have like the opportunity to say, I'm sorry. And I don't think Dan is really sorry. You're just sorry that everybody is deciding to speak out, because people have spoke out on Dan Schneider, but it wasn't enough people. You get what I'm saying? It's strength in numbers. So the one or two people, like the McCurdy girl or whatever and stuff, she tried to come out and people tried to shun her. You understand? People be scared of being blackballed, unfortunately, in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? So all these people that was coming out now, like, they didn't speak up when she was speaking up. So it made it look um like it wasn't true when it was really true. Like Amanda Bynes. He did a number on Amanda Bynes. People be wondering why a lot of these child stars, why when they get into their adulthood, they're nuts. It's not really they're nuts. They're fighting demons, like things that they went through as a child that they had to keep secret by these adults that pretend to care, or, you know what I'm saying, be trying to guide them, whatever you want to call it. That's why Amanda is crazy. Amanda used to have to rub Dan Snyder's feet because he also has a foot fetish. That's another thing that was poignant on a lot of these shows, with grown people rubbing people's feet, and feet here and feet there, having the character suck on their own toes. You understand? That's a fetish. That is a fetish. This overgrown Edo was over here living out his Edo fetish dreams, getting millions of dollars, grooming all of us, and we don't even know it. That's why the girl crazy. He made a character called Samantha Taint. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know what the taint is. And if you don't know, the taint is the spot between a penis and your butthole, or your vagina and your butthole. That area right there, that is called a taint. Why are you naming a child character after something like that? Not only are you naming it after that, that's supposed to be like the dirty part, supposedly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the worst part of the area. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain it. You understand what I'm saying? But nobody wants to be called a taint or have anything to do with a taint. You know what I'm saying? So it was just weird. And like I said, these writers, especially the female writers, is like, you could have wrote some other shit, or just you had to work harder. But to sit and watch that and go along with it, and it don't get crazy and fucked up for you until you notice that you sharing a salary with somebody, but the men is getting their whole salary without no questions, and y'all doing all this extra work. This nigga was making people work on their day off. Not, and when I say work on their day off, you know how like most of y'all that have jobs and stuff like that, if you work on your day off, some jobs will pay you time and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get compensated for your personal time that has to be given to this workplace that is not their time, right? That's not what this man was doing. He was sitting there firing people because exactly, and is degrading. You know what I'm saying? He was firing people because they wasn't on call. Like, the shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was wanting people to work 52 weeks, but was only trying to pay them for 26. Where in the world? So you not only an Edo, but you like, listen, this is just bananas to me. That, he can just be sitting free and we discussing it. Like, where are the charges? When are the charges? And then Drake Bell father, I felt bad when Drake was telling his story or whatever, because they was making him rub on his character and put lotion and all type of weird stuff on him as a kid, and acting like it's part of the show or whatever. And the father peeped game. All right. Drake's Bell father peep game. The rest of the parents was like, fuck it, and was just dropping their kids off and going about their business. And the kids getting threatened not to tell nothing. So they scared and not telling nothing. Drake's father was like, nah, I'm here. I peep you weird. You understand? So this was his son's dream. So it's like, it hurt because he didn't want to crush the dream. But they start to try and turn. Hey, Claudia. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't want to crush his dream or whatever, but they tried to turn that boy against his own father because his father was telling the truth. Like, I see what y'all trying to do with my son and I'm not going. They tried to lie to Drake Bell and tell him his father's stealing from him. The people don't like him on set. If he don't go home, you can't work no more. The shit is sick. The shit is sick. Where none of the stuff that happened to him, because he had some sick shit going with him, would have happened if his dad was there. But see, they didn't need the dad to be there. The dad wasn't playing ball like the other parents that wasn't shit. They just wanted to check. And I don't understand what these parents, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not your kid's obligation to take care of you. You understand? A lot of these parents be feeling, not a lot, some of these parents be feeling like it's their obligation. Like, if my kid has this big career per se, right, but hasn't even been in the world long enough to manage life or understand people or none of that stuff, that I'm supposed to just take their money. I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do with it and take care of it. And most of them, they be squandering it away. They be poor. It's like poor little Gary Coleman. That boy made all of our childhoods amazing. I love Gary Coleman. He was the funniest. He was so talented and all of that. He died homeless and poor. He didn't have enough money for a funeral. He's over, I think, somewhere in Potter's Field because of his parents. And even a disservice to him, Gary Coleman didn't have to be a little person. It was this medication that he was supposed to take, that the parents, if he didn't take the medication because of his kidneys, that's what stunted his growth. His parents purposely stopped giving him medication just so that he could stay looking like a child longer, so they could get all of these checks. See, and exactly, Claudia, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing where it's like, is it worth it? You know what I'm saying? Because people don't understand. Things that happen in childhood like that carry on with you till death. There's no amount of therapy. See, therapy just teaches you how to cope when you get into them trigger spaces. It doesn't erase the thoughts out your mind. It doesn't stop the trigger from happening. It just, maybe if something that happens, it triggers you, makes you want to punch somebody in their face, they just teach you how to cope to not punch people in the face. But the feeling is still a feeling. Yeah, he was, you know what I'm saying? A fucking shame. A shame. And then nobody care. You understand what I'm saying? But back to this Edo behind person or whatever, right? I'm gonna play another clip. This is to the length, and I'm like, damn, like, going back, like I said, and looking at stuff, I'm like, this shit was fucking sick. This shit was sick. Hold on. Let me get the other clip. This shit was crazy. And I'm gonna try to speed it up because I think I spent a little too much time on this Edo ass nigga. And we could get to Mr. Daniel Penny over there.
A joke about a potato.
Sometimes I wonder if you can get juice from a potato.
Did that air on Nickelodeon?
Come on, give up the juice.
Yikes.
I'm thirsty!
In another video, Ariana's pouring water on herself in what seems like a very sexual manner. And people started saying, this feels inappropriate for children.
Looking at Dan Schneider's stars, some of them became extremely famous. Some of them really struggled publicly.
After her arrest last week.
Now, some of them are starting to speak out about what happened when they were on his sets.
I worked with an incredibly emotionally abusive producer.
I did not feel safe around Dan Schneider while I was working at Nickelodeon.
All of this information has made us wonder what was happening behind the scenes.
As a reporter at Insider, I wanted to...
Y'all see that shit? Y'all see that shit? And this nigga out here still able to do interviews with people apologizing. Not saying that he shouldn't apologize, because you definitely should, but the apology is kind of a little too late, and it's kind of given. Maybe if I apologize now, niggas won't, when these charges come, I won't get hit that hard. That's what it is. You're not really sorry to what you did to these poor little kids. You sorry about what the fuck about to happen, because now the world has seen. But like I said, if nothing happened to him, that nigga is a Illuminati, whatever they fucking call it, elite, one of them people. Point blank, period. There's no fucking way. Besides the shit that was recorded, that he was making these people do as if they these underlying weird jokes, right? There's stories upon stories. Listen, here's another story. This is why I don't understand why this nigga is not locked up. There's a story with Amanda Bynes where Amanda Bynes' father, all jokes aside, from looking at him, because he was going along with mad shit that this nigga was doing. Like, he was the top parent because he didn't give Dan no trouble and was making Amanda do whatever the hell he wanted him to do, right? So who knows? He might have been touching Amanda too. But he went and asked the father, parents, because she had both her parents, but the father was in charge. Asked him, could Amanda spend the night, because they having a pool party with the kids at his house. Mind you, him and his people's the adults there. Not, we having a pool party at my house. Let's bring the families of the kids and all of us just chill together and have pool time fun. No. He wanted her by her fucking self, and fucking he's over there getting back rubs and feet rubs from a fucking 11, 12-year-old. And you not in jail? I don't get it. And that's a story that's been out for years. Amanda has even co-signed it. Supposedly, he might be Jamie Lynn Spears, Britney Spears' little sister's fucking baby father. Because one day she was on the show. I forgot what her show was. And then one day it was just gone. And then she popped up in his baby. So people, it's too much stuff with this man, and nobody has pressed a charge yet. Child, exactly. He been grooming and had a whole field of grooming people, and had other people working for him that was on that Edo time too. So they was having a field day. So while people was over here worried about Harvey Weinstein and Epstein and this Steen and that Steen, why the fuck is Mr. Schneider here? I don't get it. Just to looking as goofy as he wanted to on that interview. This the last clip, and then I'm getting on to Mr. Penny over there. Yeah, Claudia, these motherfuckers is bugged out. Like, you understand? Where it was like a whole little, like, what's going on? What makes him so special? What makes him so special? Is this thing, you know how they put stuff in our face purposely to act like shit ain't happening because it was in our face? It's not a crime? Is that what y'all giving? Because it was on TV? Is what is it? Is Epstein and them, they messed up because they messed up the Illuminati traits or whatever that's supposed to be secret? I don't get it, because this nigga is just as bad, if not worse. So why the fuck is he not in a jail cell somewhere conducting interviews from there? Why don't we see him in Orange talking shit? No. Hold on. This is the last clip for that. And then, like I said, I'm moving on because the time is winding down to get pop. Okay, why
overboard and just zoomed in too often on the feet.
Wow, they're really soft.
Zoomed in too often on the tongue licking things, or something that just went too far.
Was anyone able to say anything, or was that like...
Oh, no.
You see that crazy shit? Ain't it, in? That's what it's really given at this point. And you know what they say, and no shade, because I got Jewish friends or whatever and stuff. I'm not trying to shade y'all, but there's stuff on YT talking about how a lot of the city Jews is really on that Edo time, and those Steens and Steins and everything. Those is the I forgot what they call the root word of the, you know what I'm saying, of those people. So I don't it you know it's real weird that's what the case may be. You know what I'm saying? He might as well have been a Stein. Maybe that's why they didn't want to do him like they did them. I don't know, because I'm still waiting. Hopefully in a week or two we'll be hearing about how he got locked up, or at least got some charges, or is going to court. You know what I'm saying? It's just nothing. It's like he did all this. They talked about it for years. Nobody went and investigated it. People that did talk about it, and this person is driving way too fast, and that's why your whatchamacallit is just hanging off your car like that. Your license about to drop, and you're gonna get a ticket when you lose that, because you got New York license plates. So you need a front and a back. I'm sorry. Exactly, Claudia, and that's what the fuck it's given, and it's just sad. So it's like things like this is why, like, when people be like, Pop would be a good actor. You know what I'm saying? He is a little good actor. I'm not gonna hold you. My son is very talented, and he he's not shy or whatever. But I don't got no time for this, because me and Pop is gonna be some arguing people if because he too little to understand, and I'm too old to go for the fuck shit. You wouldn't be staying on nobody's set by yourself. You won't be going on nobody's nothing. We're going to sit and read the scripts together. We're going to look through this. You know what I'm saying? There's no way in the world that somebody will put a dick on my son and call him Mr. Big Nose and shit. And hell no. Even before we even got to the costume, him being Mr. Big Nose and he black and this is a white writer. We not even getting that far. We're not that far with it. Exactly. Trust no fucking one. People be thinking it's confused. Even with family, some people be like, why you don't let Pop stay with us? No, the fuck. We a package deal. If it's not me, it's his dad. Pop goes nowhere. It's only 2 people outside of me and my husband three outside of me and my husband that I fully, completely trust with Pop. And you know what I'm saying? And that's because it's been proved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta watch people, and this is for years before they even got to take him someplace by themselves. This wasn't no out the gate. Like when Pop was a newborn and stuff, and people like, you don't want to break. You don't want to. I'll watch him and you could go hang out, sis, bro. No, I don't want you to do that, because he's not old enough to tell me shit. You understand? Like hell no. Y'all won't be pinching or putting none of that bullshit that weirdos do, because it be the people that you think ain't gonna do the shit that do the shit. That's like my older sister. She be so flabbergasted. I'm like, girl, you don't even like me like that. Like, let's be 1,000. You get what I'm saying? You don't like me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was the baby, you felt like I got, or whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the hell would I leave you with my most precious thing in the world so that you could fuck around and act like he got hit by a car by accident? This is how I think with people. And then you take something away that I can't never get the fuck back. Like, I could always make another kid, but I can never make another Pop. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you just have to feel away. I ain't playing that fake family shit with people. And then something happened with mine, and then people gotta be, well, they would never do that. Get the fuck out of here. Those be the people that hurt you the most, and they do it because they supposed to get a pass because y'all family. Fuck that shit. You understand? I'm sorry about that, Rich. I'm sorry. That shit took me somewhere where it was like, that's all these parents, like, y'all just left these motherfuckers with these strangers, because essentially they're strangers with money. That's all the fuck these people was. And now they ruined your kid's whole fucking life. They ruined it. You know how much money these people probably had to pay in psychiatric shit, and some of these people, not trying to be funny, probably didn't even have no money to pay for it because their parents swindled it, so they went and was doing heroin and God knows what to numb themselves of the foolery that they had to deal with as a fucking kid. No, not on my watch. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Pop will just be mad. Like, I don't give a fuck how much you like the show. No, these niggas is weird. We'll try to figure out how to make your own shit. You understand? Like, you will make it in life. It's not gonna be that bad. But on to the next thing. Right, and those are the first people that you have to watch. Those people teach you how to interact with other people. You can't just let your guard down and then you get screwed royally. That's like, I need to talk about that. The sister that threw acid on her sister's face because she was jealous. And that was her blood sister. You get what I'm saying? And you throw acid on somebody's face. That's really permanent. Like, I would understand, even like, I don't feel like siblings should physically fight each other, but you was better off physically fighting and pulling her wig off or her weave out. You understand what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I'm saying? You throwing acid on a motherfucker, that's something totally different. Like, that's crazy. And that's your sister. Now let's get on to this, because this pissed me off. Let me tell y'all. Okay, in New York last summer, this man, this ex-Marine, let me be clear, this ex-Marine who was trained to put people down physically, put a nigga down physically, not mind his business. Like, listen, when you in New York, and this is not no pass to the city. This is why I have a car. And if I can't go to, because I don't like to drive in the city because it's too congested, it's too much, I'll take an Uber. Like, I'll drive my car to the nearest point that is closest to the city and park it somewhere, get out and take an Uber. Like, you get what I'm saying? And do what the fuck I need to do. I don't get on New York City's godforsaken train because it's too many people with mental health issues running around on that bitch. You understand? So I know me. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for somebody moving funny and I think they doing something now. Like the man that I don't know what that argument was, but the nigga had a pum, but then ended up getting shot with his pum because people be doing too much, you know? So I stay out of that shit. So if you like that, you shouldn't get on nobody's public transportation because crazy people be running around this city all the time saying stupid shit. I remember I was at a doctor's appointment. I had some pepper spray and my little taser or whatever and shit. But the crazy motherfucker, it was so weird. The nigga lost his mind. Like, I seen the nigga walking in my direction, but I wasn't taking it like it was for me or whatever. The nigga was grumbling some shit and was like, I would kill you and fuck you. So I'm just like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was fucking stuck. And then he just kept walking. Like, he said it in passing and kept going. These motherfuckers be, what they call that shit? Fucking schizophrenic. There's a lot of schizophrenic ass people running around New York City. So you can't, if a person is on the train just randomly saying they're gonna do some shit, unless they talking about pum in the whole train car or blowing it up or something like that, you know what I'm saying? You need to mind your fucking business, because 9 times out of 10 they just talking to the aliens in their fucking head. They're not even talking to you. They see a whole nother person that's there and it's not you. And it's not you. You get what I'm saying? So you should just mind your business, because it be it exacerbates shit for no reason. Because crazy people be talking to a whole bunch of people and it don't be the people that be in front of them. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, when it becomes a danger, like if a crazy person touch you or they got an unidentified liquid in they anything, that's how when you feel threatened. This person did not feel, and it was crazy. It was crazy. And I was like, I'm glad, because I was like, oh, I'm about to spray the fuck. Like, if he'd have just stopped and been talking to me and said that shit, I'm going to react. That's why I don't understand what this man did on the train. I'm going to show y'all a clip to refresh y'all memory for the people if they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, New York is not a real place. I be trying to tell people, New York State is a real place, but New York City is not a real place. We are not existing. Cola is here. I'm a AI. I'm not really talking to y'all, okay? Because I'm in New York City. You understand? So it's not for real, the shit that go on, and people just be puzzled is because this shit is not a real place. You know what I'm saying? We in a warp or some shit like that. Oh.
Nearly did not deserve to die.
Penny was seen on a viral video from May 1st restraining Neely in a chokehold for at least 3 minutes as other passengers hold Neely down. The 30-year-old was later pronounced dead at the hospital. The medical examiner ruled the death a homicide. Neely was known to impersonate Michael Jackson on trains and in stations, but since 2007, according to his family, he had been dealing with mental health issues and homelessness. Police say he was harassing the train's passengers and making threats, but was not physically violent.
The consequences of manslaughter, too, is 5 to 15 years. Ask yourself, is that enough? Is that enough for someone who choked somebody out on the train and took their life?
Penny's attorneys say the Marine vet acted to protect himself, and the facts will come out in court. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And what facts is these? Because I'm telling you, if there's any facts, these is manufactured facts. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the problem in the city, and not just the city, other places, when stuff is going down, even if this nigga was on the thing just ranting and raving, somebody's recording some shit. Do you understand? People are recording at all times. So, with just like how we just watched that video of this man choking him out, and all jokes aside, not trying to be funny, because I need to look back into this some more, because you see the other 2 men that was in the video, they need to be charged too. Y'all need to be charged too, because y'all was holding his hands. I don't understand why Mr. Dainel is just charged by himself as a murderer. Because the other 2 looky-loos, that if this nigga was a danger, y'all really wasn't doing shit. Y'all gently holding his hand. Y'all shouldn't have been touching him. So everybody that was on him should have the same charges. Y'all should all be co-defendants. It shouldn't just be Mr. Dainel. But Mr. Dainel needs to definitely go to jail, because it's just like this. When you're a boxer, right? You have to, and you're physically trained, you've done Golden Gloves, you've done all this other shit. You have to go and register. Your hands are registered as weapons. You understand? So, for instance, my little cousin, she's a boxer. You understand what I'm saying? She be doing her damn thing. She be in all type of shit. She's the shit. You understand? But she got into a fight with a girl. She got a charge. You understand? She got locked up. You understand? It wasn't for a long time. It was like a day or 2 or some shit like that. But it was the fact of the matter, even though there was no weapon physically, she's trained. Her hands are now technically lethal. They are weapons. Because she's not just the average Joe off the street just fighting. You're trained to do this. So as a Marine, you're not the average nigga on the train fighting some old crazy motherfucker. You are lethal. You need to go. That was all unnecessary. And then once you feel, you can tell, you as a Marine, you knew how long to hold him, to just, you know what I'm saying, make him black out a little bit. You understand? But still be alive. You're taught all this stuff. I was in the reserves. You understand what I'm saying? You were taught as a Marine. The time you knew, and you kept going. And then if you look in that video and you look in that man's face, that was pure pleasure he was having. That wasn't, I'm in fear for my life. That nigga looked at demonic in his fucking eyes, that white man. That white man looked at out of body. Maybe you crazy too, because a lot of these ex-military people be mental too. Not trying to be funny. Having postpartum from all type of shit. They not the most sanest people either. You understand? But that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary. And then everybody just sitting there recording. All right, he's out of it now. You could have let him go. What the fuck was he gonna do? He's too weak to do anything. But where is the video of you needing to do all of this to protect yourself? Right, Justo? Right. Once he stopped, and then it's you still sitting there just holding onto a course, because the nigga didn't make it to the hospital. Well, be careful, Claudia, because my patience, you know what I'm saying? Some people have the patience, when I was younger, because I'm going to tell y'all the story, you know what I'm saying? The real reason, you know what I'm saying? I'm being candid with y'all. The real reason I don't take the public transportation, when I was younger, I used to love public transportation. I used to be going all over the city, all times of day, all times of night. I was just doing the most, living my little city girl life. You understand? And one night I went someplace. I don't know if it was home. I went to a friend's house. It might have been Brooklyn, because I think it was because I'm trying to remember what took me so long. Long story short, I was on the train at probably like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. You understand? I was like, I think 18 or some shit like that or whatever. And the stop that I need to get on, like, it's a deserted stop, but it's like they got mad like taxi people down there. Like, you understand? So it's not like fully empty. So I used to always be out like all type of weird times of night, like when I was younger. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this one night when I was coming back, I was on the train. We was getting like, it got empty. It got like empty by the third stop before I needed to get off, right? And I was on the one end of the train. That's why I was like hey, job, like sitting in the back. People tell you I used to be sitting in the back. I was doing all type of shit like with no care in the world because I just thought I was a goonie. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like I could just do whatever I want. So I was on one end of the train and this man was on the opposite end, like literally. And I was tired and I kept dozing off. So every time I dozed off and I caught myself and woke up, it was like that nigga was inching closer and closer and closer to me. Like every time I would doze off, he's closer. So now we get to the stop where I need to get off, right? And I had dozed off again. This nigga was standing over me. You understand? Like he was gonna do something. And I ended up having to stab him. Like I didn't get in trouble or no fucking shit, but I have PTSD for fucking trains. Like I gotta get on the train with them. Like I don't be trusting it. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever because of that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't do public transportation. You know what I mean? And anybody else that does it, it's like you just have to be protective. Like always have a weapon. That's why I don't understand when, like, for instance, the Pum Pum situation that took place. Right? Governor Herschel or whatever, that's the thing. We be investing money in all the wrong shit where it's supposed to be, what is it? Armed forces, whatever the fuck that is. They got that in the train now. They're supposed to have all these extra police officers and stuff like that. Where all jokes aside, the problems don't be really happening in the station part like that. You understand? The stuff really be happening on the train. You know what I'm saying? So y'all should have police officers that now that we got these new trains or whatever and stuff, where you could just walk straight to the front and the back, even the ones that's not, that you could just go through cart to cart. It should be like at least 5 officers patrolling the train. You understand? Because then it's a absolute presence right there. Now when criminals don't care if there may be a police officer at a stop, because most of these stops they don't even have police officers there. They're not even at every stop. Yeah, Black Velvet, that shit was crazy, and it was like I don't fuck around. I don't fuck around with the train no more because of that. Like you understand what I'm saying? Ever since I was 18. Cause I remember I tried again. It's like I'll get triggered. Like if I'm something I feel like you looking at me too much, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, some weird shit, it would flip me the fuck out. And then, you know what I'm saying? So for my protection as far as physically and legally, like, you understand? Because I would hate to think somebody trying to do something to me and they really not, because I got PTSD because of what this weirdo attempted to do to me. You feel me? So I don't fuck around with it. Right. Or even something like that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't suggest nobody, unless you have to, or at least with like people, or you don't have to go that far. But this little curly haired motherfucker, he needs to go to jail like anybody else. Because if that would have been a black person, and this is the thing that pissed me off. You know what made me want to talk about this shit today? I was on IG, and I think Hollywood Unlocked. Thank you, Andre. Hollywood Unlocked had posted this man, right? So I went to look in the comments. Like when it be like controversial shit on all those sites, when they post, I be wanting to see what the comments be talking about. The comments is really what interests me, right? And a lot of the people of his persuasion were calling him a hero. The city needs him. All of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, there's a such thing as excessive force. There's other ways he could have restrained him. He could have held his arms behind his back. Not trying to be funny. There's a multitude of other ways he could have restrained him without unaliving him. He unalived him on purpose. And it wasn't an unalived type of situation. You understand? He wasn't on there trying to hurt people. He was doing what crazy schizophrenic people do, talking to himself, essentially. He didn't go hit nobody. He didn't jump in this man's face. He didn't do nothing. He was just walking on the train talking shit like crazy people do, talking about I'ma slap this person, I'ma slap this, but wasn't in nobody's face talking about it, wasn't touching nobody, didn't do nothing. But all the people of his persuasion, I had to stop looking at the comments at one point because I'm like, y'all crazy. And most of the people that probably was saying that dumb shit probably ain't never been on a train or been around a crazy person either. And then I blame, not trying to be funny, New York as well, because there's no help for people with mental illnesses. They're just allowed to just roam the streets and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not good, what do you call it, therapy? You understand what I'm saying? Like they either just choose to medicate people without like having a psychiatrist, or you know what I'm saying, it's just they're just lackadaisical where they're allowed to, like the train is their fucking home. Unfortunately, homelessness is crazy. That's why I don't understand with all these migrant shelters and you have all of these people that have mental illness sleeping on trains. Motherfuckers be on the trains washing their coochies and stuff. That's how crazy it is in NYC with mental health and no help for the mentally ill. Yeah, and it's not a game. You get what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing with like, why would you do that? And then the other two people, it's like y'all was additives to the shit. That's why I feel like y'all should get locked up too, because y'all was unnecessary. Like y'all could have, you know what I'm saying? If that was the case, when once he got him subdued or whatever, y'all could have just held his arms if that was the case. Y'all holding him to get choked to death. And y'all get to be free and ain't probably ain't even have nothing to do with you niggas. Y'all wanted to be a part. Exactly, Claudia. So it's a combination of factors that took place as to this. But little Mr. Daniel Penny, because I think his father or somebody is like somebody high in the NYPD or some shit. I don't fucking know. It was something, I'm trying to go back and remember. But he's something as far as law enforcement. That's why they trying to make it like how like it's no big deal. It's just like how like when they arrested him or whatever, they just let his ass go. That'd have been any one of us. It wouldn't have been no arrest and just let him go and then we'll figure it out after. Hell no. That crazy person could have been up there slicing and dicing people, and one of us did that, and they'd have been like, nah, that was too much. That was too much that y'all did. It don't matter that he was slicing and dicing people. You the wrong color. Velvet, I'm trying to tell my husband, but you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I want to live where there's nothing going on. You understand? Like, NY is interesting, but it ain't all that interesting no more. Just like how, like, not trying to be funny, even with Times Square. Like, Times Square is like it's not really Times Square. Like, that's why I said this is not a real place. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's just crazy. It's cute to see the little kids that be on Instagram doing their little 1-2 steps and stuff like that. NY is washed up. The crime rate is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? The kids is just off the chain with it. And I'm like, I would rather live in the sticks. Like, I've almost got him convinced, because I told him I want to grow my own food. No, for real, and because they gave him the treatment, and like I said, the people in the comment sections were all his color. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, "Oh yeah, he did the right thing. We need more of him. We need more people just unaliving people just because." That's what y'all saying. That's what y'all saying. But let it been one of us, they'd have been like, "Those no good people. They don't know how to act." You understand? It'd have been something totally different. Tonka is trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to tell him, I'm like, I don't trust the food. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course I'm not going to have chickens and cows and stuff. So we're not going to go that far. But I want to at least be able to grow my little lion's mane mushrooms, which I do already in my little apartment or whatever, because I have little grow kits or whatever. So you can farm technically in an apartment. I just don't want to. Like, I want my hands in the dirt. You understand? Like, I want my hands in the dirt and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to do or whatever. But, you know, it's over with here. I don't want Pop growing up here. And like I said, with these little snitching ass children, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time, because I feel it coming, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel it coming. And I'm telling you, when I give him these lollipops tomorrow, nobody better say shit. If your kid ain't get shit, then they ain't get shit. I'm tired of y'all little tattletale ass motherfuckers. What is wrong with y'all? Nobody likes that. You know what I'm saying? Tell on shit that affects you. Don't be a Karen. There's mad little Karen kids at this in school. I don't get it. I don't get it. Not all. It's two of them that are Karen. So let me not say that. The other kids is cool. It's these two that clearly. And I looked at their mothers. Y'all, they giving Karen. So I think that's where y'all get it from. But I don't want to be on no bullshit. You know? I don't want to be on no bullshit. Just because my son don't think it's cool to tell. You know what I'm saying? And I be telling him, but he don't want to. I'm like, fight fire with fire. Tell on they asses because I'm pretty sure they're not perfect. They be telling them shit they ain't got nothing to do with them. Nothing to do. But listen, y'all. Love y'all. I didn't even get to the other thing. Maybe tomorrow we'll talk about the lady because, like I said, New York is not a real place. This lady got a house. She inherited a house from her parents or whatever, $1 million house in Queens, and the squatters got a hold of it. And she was trying to get the squatters out, and they wouldn't go no goddamn where. So she did what she could do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's her fucking house. She went and changed the locks, and these motherfuckers arrested her. They arrested her because they said the squatters' rights are more important, and that was crazy to me. But we're gonna talk about that shit tomorrow. Love you guys. Thank y'all very much. Be safe, stay sucker free, and all that good shit.